Bam, guys, look what I have in my hands. It is happening. It is the Xbox 360 version of Titanfall, one of the biggest games of this year. 75 awards, you guys know about it. I mean, it's been in the press nonstop. So here today, courtesy of EA and also Respawn Entertainment, we're gonna be seeing Titanfall for the very first time in Asia, at least in Hong Kong, and I'm gonna get a chance to play it. Now, I know a lot of you guys are questioning whether or not the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One version, can they compare? And they're gonna answer all our questions about this, but from what I've seen so far, as I played it a little bit, it is looking damn good. So, let's do this. This is exciting, man. Like, everyone's gonna get to play this great game. So, let's check it out. Oh, I love Mondays. All right, guys, right now I'm with Abbie Heppe. That's right, she's the community manager from Respawn, and she is here to talk to us about Titanfall, the minutia of Titanfall. Because, we know how much of the big bang aspects of this game has been already in your face. If you're not playing games, you've probably still heard about it. So I really wanted to ask you this, is that, first of all, when you're talking about earlier, you're saying how Titanfall didn't involve the Titans, right? Mm-hmm. And there's all these creative stages behind it. If it wasn't Titans, what would it be actually?
Yeah, that's a tough question to answer. And a lot of it stems out of the way that the studio was formed and how it came together. Because, one of the things that happens when you start a new studio is you have to have an engine, you have to come up with game ideas, there are competing game ideas. Sometimes people don't realize that there's this whole team, there. It's we're about 80 people now, but it was a lot smaller in the early days.
How many?
And when the studio started, it was about 40. And I think at E3 last year, we were about 60 something, and now we're up to 80. But even then, there's competing ideas, and every department has their own ideas, and everybody has to work together to create what you finally see. So our designers spent a lot of time, playing around with things. Our artists spent a ton of time concepting everything, and there were bits and pieces of what you see now. The movement, the idea of sort of cat and mouse gameplay, and then sort of power armor ideas that evolved into what you're seeing now in the Titans. So it's sort of this bit-by-bit process that ends up becoming this, but we never started out with a document that said okay, Titanfall, this is how you make it and everything. It was really a lot of hard work from every different department on staff to build what is this today.
Do you remember that moment when there kind of was just it's gonna be Titans now? Because it built up to that, right?
Yeah, it did, but it also, I remember the first day that there was sort of the mantling and parkour in the game, and because the designers are constantly taking things in and out to see what works and to try to get great game balance. So there was definitely a moment where, and I think they took it out for a little bit after they had put it in, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, that was the greatest thing! Put it back in." So you kind of see every bit and piece, and then it's sort of amazing how it all comes together into something that's a coherent game.
Wow. So for that moment, you were there almost from the beginning, I assume.
Yeah,
right?
I've been there for a bit over 3 years now.
Ooh, so you really saw the whole development. You were part of the process.
I missed the part where there were no desks and chairs, and everybody was sitting around on folding chairs on their iPads.
See, I want people to know that at home. A lot of people, they play a game and they'll be like, this is not up to my standards and blah, blah, blah. But you guys don't understand. From the fact that you're saying these guys are
involved.
Yeah, and in cardboard boxes in the floor in the office.
Oh, there's some great photos from the early days. I think we have a few of them up on our website where you can just see there's just heaps of trash, and we went through a couple renovations. And because again, when you start a new studio, you need an office space. You forget about all the things that are that you have to have when you're building a company.
Sure.
So you need desks and chairs and internet and all these things that you don't necessarily think of right off the bat.
Oh
it's a complicated thing. And then when you can do anything and you say, all right, well, what game are we making? There's a whole other host of crazy choices that you have to make past that.
So the office almost built up parallel to the development of Titanfall in terms of the Titan and then the desks, everything was constructed.
Yeah, exactly. It just builds like that. We really, everybody who started the company really started from scratch and started over. You have to build, entirely new assets. You have to do entirely new research. You have to, build new sound effects. You have to build new animations. It's crazy. And you have to choose an engine and figure out what will work best and what you can do with that. So it's a lot of things that go into doing this. People, sometimes, see me up here and don't realize there's this big team back at home that makes all of this work, that right now are up at Microsoft, making sure that the launch goes smoothly, that are looking at our forums and seeing, hey, okay, what do we need to work on next? What's the next feature? What's the next update?
Cool.
Yeah, it's a lot. I know. It never stops.
So that means the next update, you probably will have more chances to do more VO work because, you know, everyone's saying you're Sarah in the game. That's right. And I mean, how was that experience actually? Was it your
really
first
fun.
VO experience?
Yeah, it was. It was really fun. It was really organic, though. A lot of us would just fill in for voices before the script was finished, before it was cast, and it just sort of naturally evolved out of there. I'm really happy that they gave me the opportunity to do it because it wasn't something I set out to do.
Yeah.
But it was just a fun thing that happened along the way, and it makes me feel like I have a little tangible part of the game because I'm not a designer, I'm not a coder. I don't, it's not my job.
Well, how do you feel when you hear yourself in the game?
It's a little bit weird. Telling myself to call down a Titan, it's a little strange. I'm sure it weirds out my friends more than it weirds me out.
Have they told you? I mean,
yeah, they have. Yeah.
And what do they say?
They think it's weird.
They're like,
Like, oh, stop telling me what to do. Although I guess my old boss at the company I worked for previously will just be like, thanks, Abbie. When he tell him that this Titan's dropping in, which is pretty adorable.
That's pretty cute. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I always wanted to know what the process was for VOs and the sound effects because that's one aspect that a lot of people don't know about because even for the Foley, I mean, I know my friends were doing the Ace Combat and they really got a car and they took machine gun and they shot it up, they had the mic and everything blowing stuff up.
Yeah, well, when you're working in sci-fi, you can't just like, oh, we'll just call over that giant Titan and we'll just record his sound effects.
Of course not, yeah.
We have a really talented audio team. They're amazing. Eric Kraber is our lead audio designer. There's actually a sniper rifle in the game named after him. But the team's they're just incredible. The guys had worked, some of them had worked on Medal of Honor previously. We have one guy who came from Insomniac.
That's right, they had great sounds there.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I wish that I had more details on all of their processes, but we have this goal of making a lot of things in Titanfall very human and very realistic, while at the same time giving it that sci-fi edge to it.
Of course.
So you can really start in real-world sound effects and guns and ammo and things that are very familiar, and then just give them that twist. And they did an amazing job.
I can only imagine. I've heard it earlier when you guys were testing out, and it's like, choo, choo, choo. Like, there's no pew, pew, pew.
There's so many things to make sounds in the game. I love that when you hear a sniper, you can just hear it like coming by, and you're like, okay, sniper on the map, maybe he's over there. Like they just did.
And the fact that it's first-person shooter, you have to get your surround sound actually.
And it's not just
panning and
it's not just guns and footsteps and stuff. You've got these guys, and like what's the sound of a Titan? And then you've got the interior cockpit stuff, and you've got all the different characters in the game, the spaceships, and everything that's coming in and out, and all the different weapons, and you have more exotic weapons. So it's just it's a lot.
I can only imagine.
They knock it out of the park.
Yeah, that's something I'm really looking forward to. I'm a huge sound file when it comes to games, and that's something I look forward to a lot.
Well, you have a music background, right?
Yes. But that's just
surprise.
No, but still, it's just something that. Because I remember back in the day, the magazines, they rate the graphics, the gameplay, and the sound. And the sound was never something, like back in the day when you have the bleeps and bloops, like how do you rate that, right?
Yeah.
But nowadays, like the sound is the fidelity is fantastic, and you're just like...
Yeah, and it's more than just the sound effects. You have voice acting, but you also then have the score. We have a great composer, Stephen Barton. He did an amazing job, but you have to think, and then there's a different, soundtrack basically for the two different factions in the game. So there's a lot going on audio-wise.
Sorry, I hijacked this interview.
I know, now it's all
geeking out about
yeah.
audio and stuff. So okay, for one thing actually, and I asked before, but personally, because you've tried this version out already a few times, and do you feel there's any big difference? I mean, we've talked about how from Bluepoint they're saying like the Xbox 360 experience will be very much the same as the Xbox One experience. I'm assuming graphically there will be a difference, of course.
Yeah,
it just makes sense, right? Obviously.
There's certain things that you just. But they've done such an incredible job trying to get absolutely every single thing that was put into this game on there, and some of that is helped by having the cloud support. And also they're amazing. I mean, they've done some of just my favorite ports out there. So I know they have a pretty great track record.
It's pretty impressive.
Well, we gave them a pretty big challenge, so I'm really happy with where they landed.
That's awesome. So I think everyone's looking forward to be playing this game. Well, it's really hyped up. It's like Game of the Year, E3 Best blah 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 awards.
Hey, other people put that stuff on us. We didn't,
I know.
Well, that's the strangest thing is, we got that sort of, it's overhyped. And we're like, but we just brought it to places and let people play it, and then they said nice things. So, I mean, what do we do about that?
Humble brag. But that's cool. I love it. No, it's good. You can feel the energy. I can feel your energy.
Well, you know, it energizes the team too, because when you're working that hard and you've got long hours, and you know, for me, it's a lot of travel, and you know, everybody back at home is working so hard to just have that kind of support all the way through, and the kind words from press and from fans is it really gets you through those, you know, final miles.
Well, speaking of the team, this is my last question. You know, like sometimes everyone's doing their development and everyone's internally just doing their thing, giving each other props and stuff like that. What's the moment that you remember the most that would best represent like the happiest moment in the team that you had in this 3-year experience?
You know, I feel a bit like it was when we announced the game at E3 last year, because it was this sort of surreal moment where we had been so secretive and so quiet about everything for so long. And I mean, a bunch of us had been on the project for years at that point. And you know, to finally be able to share it and talk about it and have that moment where all of a sudden the trailers started rolling on the E3 stage, I cried a little bit. I'm sure other people did too. I won't give you names, but yeah, but it was this really emotional moment because all of a sudden it was like, this is a real thing. This is a real thing, and this is a journey that we're about to have from here to the next 9 months or 10 months till it releases, and then you know after that as we sort of you know update it and it lives on. So I think that was the moment where it became very, very, very real.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna re-experience it again when Titanfall 2 comes out. And
What? Titanfall 2? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just have a lot of hope. I'm happy about that.
Well, we have a bunch to do this year as far as support and making sure that we're, you know, getting the updates, fixing any bugs and all that stuff. So, you know, we have our work laid out in front of us. Just that's the nature of multiplayer, right?
Yes. Wow.
Never ends.
Well, there you go. You have so much support for you guys on the 360. I mean, these guys are really putting their heart into this game, and I hope you guys enjoy it, right? I'm sure you do.
Too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So there you have it. Abbie Heppe, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Respawn.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And guys, I hope you guys enjoy the game. So there you go. I'm gonna go play now. Woo! Yo guys, I'm playing this right now, and I gotta say, like, the 360 version does not look shabby at all. Like, it's moving real fast. The frame rate is crazy good. Like, I'm using all my experience from Modern Warfare, just owning these dudes. Now, it's not up for the public yet, so we're playing with people from EA, and it's a lot of fun, so, because they already know what's up. And I'm just going through it. Like, I can honestly say, I'll be copying this one, because I don't have a home Xbox One yet. But I don't want to not be able to play this game while you guys are playing it, and you know, oh ho ho, just like that. Nice, he's dead. Yeah, hip fire right there. Look, it's crazy. This Titan's going everywhere. You guys probably already played this stuff because you know what? You played Titanfall for the 1, and I mean, like this is just really enjoyable. I mean, I'm playing this on a Monday right now, and you say like I hate Mondays, but my Mondays are pretty damn good. This guy, what is he doing? And the parkour action, like it is so much fun. I mean, you know me, I'm always playing Dark Souls, but this is gonna be my next multiplayer game, and knowing that I get to hear Abbie doing the voiceover as Sarah in this game, that's gonna be really cool too, because I talked to her and just to know what she sounds like. Hello, boys. Oh, it's a massacre! Gank! Oh, these guys, man. So yeah, I hope to see you guys online, because I'm definitely gonna play you guys. I'm just not dying here. Oh, I'm untouchable. Yo, this version's seriously not bad. I had doubts, like I was really worried. But you know, this is legiticus. Jump on this Titan. Hello. See, look. I mean, you really, of course, the graphics, you know the difference, but aside from that, it ain't that bad. Plow, it's just like the trailer. Oh, reload, jump off. Woo. Yeah, so yeah, man, you guys will definitely enjoy this. I'm having fun, and I'm gonna keep on playing, because I don't wanna go back to the office yet. Peace outside. All right, guys, right now it's my absolute pleasure. I just went full Chinese on you, didn't I? I can't say my L's. God damn.
Can't wait to see the blooper reel.
All right. I'm going through. All right, guys. I'm really excited right now to introduce you, Adrian. All right, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Okay. Right now, guys, I'm with Abbie Heppe. She's. Please give me some support. I'm sorry.
It's okay.